Hi everyone, welcome to Gracie's Garden. I am in Florida Zone 9B, and I thought today I would give you a little bit of a garden tour of the front garden and also a plant haul of all the plants I've purchased in the month of May so far. Sorry I got distracted, a blue jay landed really close to me. So, first of all, we'll do the plant haul. This here I bought at DeBerry Nursery here in Florida. I don't know if you can see the blue jay is right down in there. Okay, anyways. This here I got at DeBerry Nursery in DeBerry, Florida. It's a cute little family-run business. And this here is Mystic Spirea. And then we got a begonia. And this here is porterweed. Mine did not come back from the freeze over the winter, so I bought another one to replace it. And then I got this plant here off of Amazon, which is Pride of Madeira. Gets big purpley flowers. I don't know how well it's going to do in the Florida heat, but I'm going to give it a try. And then next I got Agastache. This is also from DeBerry Nursery. And then next I went to 4 Acres Farm in Christmas, Florida. Or Fort Christmas, Florida, I'm not sure. And it was a little bit of a drive for me, about 40 minutes, but wasn't too bad. And they only deal with like native plants to Florida. And they only open once a month to the public. So I got this sage. I do have other sage plants, but I don't have the white one, so I thought I would get this. I have the red in like a coral color. This is some kind of yellow flower. This did not have a tag on it. And then a Rebecca Malus. I got 2 of these. Next plant was a Earthina herbaceae, and that was this plant. I just thought those leaves were very interesting, and it has these tiny little thorns at like the base of like where the arms of the plant or branches of the plant are at. I don't know anything about it. Doesn't know if it flowers or anything, but I just like the way it looked. And then we have a June sunflower. These are usually along the coast, so I'm not sure how it will do this far inland. Next was a hibiscus coquinus. So I just thought those leaves were interesting, and I like hibiscus. I have a lot of them. And then last was another hibiscus. You can see how very different the leaves are for hibiscus, right? So I try to collect a lot of these variations of them for some reason. And next plant I got at Lowe's. These were on clearance. This is a pink sedum. I'm hoping I can establish this as ground cover to take over the grass so I don't have to keep cutting the grass. Alright, we're going to do the garden tour. This is going to be real quick. The birds and the butterflies have really irritated me with right now for being out here. So we're going to go through this really quick. And this is just of the driveway and the side butterfly garden. So this is the patio table in the garden, in the driveway. And we have seeds started here. These are amaranths, and then lots of succulents. It's a pickle plant, and then lots of succulents. These are all in cacti. They're all from Temu, which I can't believe they have such nice plants. And then those are also from Temu there. And then here's Mother of Millions, Mother of Thousands, and a rabbit hair fern, and Brazilian pothos. Remember when everybody was going crazy over these? Mine did not survive the frost, so I got another one. And this is from Lowe's. And then the hanging baskets. These are the hanging baskets I got all from clearance over the winter at Lowe's. And then Wandering Jew. And the birds have killed the plant that was there. They're taking dirt baths in my hanging baskets, which is fine. And then I think these are called ogre ears. And then just different variations of succulents. Ponytail palm. And then this is one of those sucker plants that gets those stinky flowers. This is the bird bath the birds are trying to get into. And these are mums left over from Halloween or the fall season. Begonia, aloe plants, and then lots of these. I can't remember the name of these, but that in the middle there is a Veronica. And these three plants here are Dutchman's pike, a pepper plant that needs to be harvested because it toppled over, some marigolds, that is a Thai chili plant, and this here to me is always an interesting cactus. I don't know the name of it, but I always like the way it looks. And then we have this little succulent cactus. I think this is a weed, but I'm going to let it go until I know for sure. And it is pupping out, has some babies. And then we have more of the vegetable side. We have eggplant. I have a flower on it, but I'm also battering whitefly, so I don't know if it'll make it. Lime tree. Have like about 4 different, maybe 5 different limes on it. Swiss cheese plant. This here I'm not sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's a weed, but I'm going to let it go till I know for sure. This is some kind of Sansevieria. Just like the coloring on it. Oh, I know I broke it. Oh, I like the coloring on it a lot. You can just rip this off and it'll make it a plant, but I'll get my clippers for that. And we have purple passion, more tomato plants. This here was a succulent I got at Lowe's, and it has shot up like a half a foot. This is dill. Everglades tomatoes back there. Here is more of the succulents I got off at Temu. And the little living stones. They are all doing well. Only one didn't look good. I think it was this one back here, and it is doing fine. And then the purple passion plants itself and everything. And then this here is Buddha belly. This is Buddha belly stomach ache. An ogre ear plant. More Everglades tomatoes because they take over. And then this back here is milkweed. Sticks on fire over here. Some crown of thorns. And these are just different variations of succulents and cacti. Oh, this one bloomed. Look at that. And then this milkweed just released its seeds. So this is what the seeds look like. And then they'll just get caught on the wind and take off and plant themselves someplace. More milkweed. This is Euphorbia white ghost. Spiderwort. This is, I think, a Florida native as well. And then more succulents and a random Hoya. This one, these little things coming off are all the babies. And then silver sword, that one I've got to move. It's got to get out of the sun. And more milkweed. And there is a tiny little cacti, or a tiny little orchid. And this is a Sansevieria. It's the one that gets really thick. Elephant's tongue or something like that. And these are more succulents and cacti. There's the booby plant there. This one here is blooming. And then this here has a giant zinnia in it. It hasn't bloomed. They take a long time before they bloom. But the regular zinnias have already bloomed and have seeded. So I just throw those out into the garden. And then the Florida green is coming back. So we're happy about that. And then this plant here is a variegated pothos, but it is getting way too much sun, so we're going to need to move that to the back. And then this is another plant that got nipped by the frost, but it is coming back. This was a pothos scorpion or something like that, but it is coming back. And then these are just spider plants. And that is a staghorn. Took me a minute to think of it, but it's a staghorn. It does need to be rehung on a plaque because it is separating. And then this is a Vanda. The roots are doing great. The plant, not so much. But the roots are great. And they're all nice and healthy. Okay, here is the butterfly garden. Right there we have Coreopsis. This red plant is Turk's Cap, I believe. This here is Bleeding Heart. That on the trellis there is also Bleeding Heart. We have these long stems are Goldenrod. There's two variations, a short one and a tall one that would get like 5 or 6 feet tall. There's some melon plants in there. These purple plants here are amaranths. Different sages or variations of them. And then a lot of this here is weeds, which is Biden's weed, but the butterflies love it, so I have a hard time taking it out. And more milkweed. I planted a whole tray of it. It did not get tall, but it flowered at least. More amaranths. And different variations of zinnias. And more Bleeding Heart. That just takes off and takes care of itself. And the happy news, the starfruit tree is coming back. It is not coming back up top, so I'm thinking about just topping it off and just letting these new leaves come out. And just to finish up, this is the front yard. We're still working on this part. I have a lot of yard art I need to get settled and a lot of weeding to do and a lot of cutting back of like trees that are just popping up. But that is it. Here is Miss Goose in her Memorial Day best. Yes, I jumped on the Portuguese bandwagon. Alright everyone, that is it. See you in the next video. Bye.